The U.S. has recalled its ambassador to South Sudan following the failure of President Salva Kiir and his rival Riek Machar to form a unity government as agreed in a peace deal. The State Department said Thomas Hoschek would return to help the U.S. re-evaluate its relations with the country following the leader's failure to form the government by 12 of November. The U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo in a tweet said America will work with the region to support efforts to achieve peace and a successful political transition in South Sudan. On November 7, President Kiir and Mr. Machar, his former deputy, agreed to postpone the formation of the joint government for 100 days. The U.S. is, however, frustrated by the failure of the two main parties to adhere to plans for a transitional government. The U.S. gives South Sudan about $1 billion in aid annually. Let's bring in an African Affairs analyst, Dr. Okwi Okpala, to join us and discuss more on this. Glad to have you join us on the program.
It's always my pleasure.
So the recalling of an ambassador calls to, question the diplomatic relations between both countries. What implications could this have on South Sudan? And especially, we've been talking about this for a long time, the fragile peace process.
Well, I think it's a way of conveying the frustration of America and indeed that of the Western world that have supported this peace effort to Kiir and Machar, the two combatants. You can recall that even the Pope had made visits to South Sudan. Every support has been given to them so that this transition will happen. And actually it appears that the progress is being made because most of the refugees were coming back between 2017 and this year. Over 200,000 people have come back to South Sudan. So, but then suddenly they put up the transition program, and I think America had to do this to register that protest, to signal that look, we are getting frustrated with what is happening, and that probably if you don't sit up, we may look beyond you.
Speaking about the peace process, President Kiir and Riek Machar have agreed to postpone the formation of a joint government for 100 days. Do you think both of these parties, will adhere to plans for a transitional government?
Well, I think they may, because definitely what is happening is that they are doing something. They want to know if they can have upper hand. I mean, who will control the transitional government that is going to take over, and they're sizing themselves up and trying to. But then, what they need to understand is too that the world is getting impatient with them, and the Western world, the way they operate, sometimes they will begin to look beyond you. People may not have forgotten what happened when. Well, people may, even in Nigeria, when the issue of Abiola and Abacha, when they think that, these leaders are becoming obstacle to peace, sometimes they may, they may not show their hands, but they may prop up other people that will make. So it's in their interest that they should now seize the opportunity and enter the history as those who brought peace.
And with this latest development, it appears that the U.S. is getting frustrated. But what can America and, of course, the rest of the world, the African Union, to help speed up this process of peace in South Sudan?
No, America can do a lot. America can do a lot in terms of aid. Already they give a lot of aid to South Sudan. In terms of diplomatic support, they can mobilize both regional governments and international donors and they can also deny privileges targeted at these leaders. So the carrot and stick approach, America is in position to use it to good effect, to make sure that peace is returned to South Sudan. They definitely can do a lot.
All right, then, Dr. Okwi Okpala, African Affairs Analyst. It's always a pleasure hearing your thoughts and analysis. Thank you so much for joining us on Network Africa.
It's always my pleasure. Thank you.